Good day, good people. My name is Kabusekwele and I am an online math tutor here to help young children turn their struggles into their successes. In today's video, we will be talking about everyone's favorite topic, examinations. In particular, math examinations. I'll be sharing with you tips on what you can do in order to do well in math exams. Whether you're a child, whether you're a bit older, whether you have a child that is writing math exams soon, this video will share some information on what it takes to do well in math exams. So be sure to stay up until the end. Now, in general, examinations are a test of one's skills. And skills are acquired over a period of time. It could be any exam. A driving exam is a test of one's driving ability, and a math exam is a test of one's math ability. And that is why cramming all the material a day before you're writing the exam, especially subjects like mathematics, it never works if you haven't acquired math skills over a period of time. Also, you might have not studied just the day before, you might have spent quite a lot of time studying for the exam, but you can still end up failing the exam. Why? Because you aren't skilled in mathematics. Therefore, when your math skills are being tested, you fail. This leads us to the conclusion that to do well in a math exam and to do well when your math skills are being tested, you have to be good in math in general. You need to get to a point where the day before the exam is just a time where you refresh on material you already know and skills you've already acquired. So now the real question is, how do you become generally skilled in mathematics? To answer that question, I'm going to give you my own personal experience. When I was in the 8th grade, I was not skilled in math. I was good in all my other subjects because I studied hard, but I struggled a lot in mathematics. And it was frustrating because I studied really hard even in mathematics, but I still didn't do well in my exams or my tests. So when I studied, I would study all the rules and I would study all the methods of calculating and solving different types of math problems. All the things that I learned in class, that's what I would study. And they all seemed to work when I was doing my homework. However, when I got to the actual test or exam, I would get questions that needed me to reason first before using all of those rules and methods of calculating and solving that I learned when studying. But because I didn't know how to do that, I didn't do well in tests or exams. But then I moved into the 9th grade and I met a teacher who showed me what it means to study mathematics the right way. He helped me change my entire approach to studying math, and for the first time ever, mathematics started to make sense. His approach was, when calculating and solving, you need to know what you're doing as well as why you're doing it. Every single time. You can memorize all you like. You can memorize all the different types of ways of solving math problems and calculating math sums, but what's being tested is your math skill, not your ability to memorize. Therefore, if you don't know the reasons behind each and every step that you're taking when solving a math problem, you've just become a very inefficient photocopy machine. You won't be able to adapt or improve on that method if necessary. So when I took that philosophy to heart, math started to become a bit more predictable. Things in math made more sense. I could follow a pattern. I understood the methods that I was using to solve different math problems, and I could adapt those methods in many different ways because I knew what I was doing. Now, knowing how to adapt and improve a method is very important because math exams will always force you to change the standard way of solving a problem. They're always going to throw a curveball in the questions that they give you, and that forces you to improve on the method that you use. And that takes skill. So to become generally skilled in math and to have math skills, you need to know, one, the rules and methods of solving problems, but you need to know the principles behind those rules and those methods, the reasons why. Rules tell you how math works, and principles tell you why math works the way it does. And you need both in order to be skilled in mathematics. So when doing homework and studying math, don't just focus on the rules, but focus on finding the principles behind the rules and focus on understanding why math works the way it does. If you want a bit more detail on how to study math properly, I have a whole video on that and I'll link it right up here, but you can also go in the description box below and find the link to it there. But anyway, once you learn how to study math well and you practice a lot over a long period of time, not just the day before the exam, your skills in mathematics will develop and you will do well in math exams. Now, when practicing, practice the typical math problems, math sums, but also practice a lot of word problems. Now, when practicing the typical math questions or math problems, make sure you are solving problems using methods you understand, not just methods you've simply memorized. Remember, you are not being examined on your ability to memorize. You are being examined on your skills, your math skills. So practicing with methods you understand improves your math skills and your math ability, which is what will help you do well in math exams. Therefore, if you're following a certain method of solving a math problem, and there's a particular step that you don't understand, that means there's a principle that you are missing, that you need to go and find and understand. So do your best to go and find that principle, study it and understand it. Never practice techniques that you've simply memorized. And never practice techniques you don't fully understand, because that means you are not skilled in it, therefore you are not ready for an exam or a test covering this topic. Therefore, in summary, to do well in a math exam, you need to do well in math in general. Stop surfing on the internet looking for short-term ways to do well in a math exam that you're writing tomorrow. It simply won't work because, again, math exams do not test you on your ability to memorize, which is exactly what you do when you cram a bunch of material the day before the exam. Math exams test whether you have skills that you need to have acquired over a period of time. So get those skills. Thank you for your time and thank you for making it to the end of this video. I hope you do well in your next exam and I'll see you in the next video.